Hello folks, welcome back. In this video I'm going to add a comments feature in here for the inquiries, and actually this is a feature that you'll be able to also use for order handling, So the vibe is that when an order comes in, I'm talking about a shop order, you'll be able to leave an internal comment, a little note that says, look, this customer, he wants the thing to be delivered next door or something, I don't know. But being able to leave comments dated and time-stamped and all of that is a super cool vibe, and we can have comments working for inquiries and orders. So this is kind of cool, and we're starting to think about the actual shopping cart process here, which is also kind of cool, okay? So I'm going to start off by going into the database here, as is the tradition these days, and I'm going to create a brand new table called comments, and it's going to have 5 columns, okay? Now the columns are going to be ID, and that's an auto increment, primary key, and all of that stuff. Then we're going to have comment underscore type, okay? Now the idea with this is that, do you remember I was saying we're going to have comments for orders and for inquiries, okay? Now let me just think about something here, right? Orders, okay, so that's like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Comment type, let's just do a variable character of 1. We'll have an O for order, if it's a comment to do with an order, and an E for inquiry. Look at me counting the characters like an idiot. Anyway, who cares? Comment type variable character 1 will have an update ID. We'll have a date created as an integer, and last of all, we'll have the actual comment itself, okay? Okay, so something like that should do the job. And if I could only find this submit button, and there we go. Okay, so we've now got a comments table. Here it is, ready to rock and roll. I'm now going to go into the modules folder, if I can find it. That's another website. Oh gee, where on earth is it? Here we go. And I'm going to create a brand new module up, and we'll call it comments. And I'm going to set this comments module up in the way that we've been doing, and I'm sure you'll find this very easy. Now, while I'm setting this up, you know how to do this, right? While I'm setting this up, let me just say that for other websites, if there's lots of different staff members, then maybe I would have a user ID in that, whoopsie daisy. Maybe I would have a user ID in that comments table, but we're not going to bother with this website. This is kind of a simple example actually. So that's going to be MDL comments, and the table name is comments, okay? So I'm now going to make up a function here that's underscore draw comments, okay? It's going to take in comment type, and it's also going to take in update ID. Alright, and I'll say comments to follow. And the vibe is that on inquiries, on that view file, so inquiries view.php, remember the view file, right? We have a nice thing here. Let me just bring it up. Where on earth is it? Yeah, we've got a thing that says reply to this message. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But if we copy this and we do something like type equals submit, and I'll just say something like post a comment, or create new comments, probably better. Create new comment, and we do that. So we've now got another button here, right? That's kind of nice. We could maybe make it a little bit lighter, just for some variation, you know. So the vibe is that the site owner can head in here and create a new comment, you know? And actually, it's just occurred to me that this could be a button. It doesn't need to be a form at all. A button is absolutely cool, or is it? Let me just think. Create new comment. Let me have a think here. How about, I've got an idea. Let's go to localhost and go to that Yanux thing. I keep having these ideas and it's probably not good because it's holding us all back. I'm looking for one of those things and it's not here. Give me a second. UI features. Jeez. Let me just have another quick look. Regular. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Not quite what I'm looking for though. Notifications. No, that's not happening. Sorry folks. I'm looking for one of those. Let me just check here. Right, this is Bootstrap version 2. Okay. Let's just do a search for Bootstrap 2, and it's one of those modal vibes I'm looking for, you know. So get Bootstrap. Okay. Do we have a Bootstrap 2 here somewhere? Oh man. Give me a second here. Bootstrap 2, come on. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Here it is. So I've got Bootstrap 2 here. And in components, is it components? Or is it JavaScript? There we go. We've got this modal vibe going on. Can you see that? And when you click it, it does this. So that's not too bad. And I think if we copy that and we chuck, I'm just going to paste it in here actually. Okay, I'm just going to save and we'll have a little refresh here. Now that is very cool. So when we do create new comment, let's bring one of those things up. I think that's going to be awesome. So here we go. We'll do create new comment like this. Okay, and remember, we don't need this anymore. And we'll go with class is btn-info. Okay, so when you click that, this pops up. And then we'll just say create new comment or create comment. Okay, and in here we'll have a little form actually. Alright, so let me just see if we get any nice forms that we've used recently. Back to Bootstrap 2, I think, to this website, see if we can bring up something that's kind of cool. Maybe, let's see, components. Let's do, man, I am all over the place here. Base CSS. Forms, alright, that's fair enough. Probably that's kind of cool. Actually. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. So I think that looks good. I'm going to just copy that straight from the, oh gee, sorry. Straight from the Bootstrap site. And we'll whack that in. Now remember folks, I think we are on Bootstrap version 2 here, okay? Well, we are. I had a look. And I know that things have moved on since then, but stay cool. You know? We're only really pretty much trying to make something that looks okay here. Right, that's looking all right. And instead of email, we'll just say comment. So this for input email, I have no clue what this does, honestly, but we'll take that out. And then we'll chuck in one of the text areas here. So that looks kind of cool. All right, and that's going to go like that. And I'll say name equals comment. Okay, so let's just, where on earth is it? It's about here. Create new comment, that's cool. Okay, good. And I'm taking out all of this stuff here, like so. That's all right, actually. And we'll make it 6 rows, let's say. Create new comment, 6 rows. And actually, I think I can live with that. Just a little comment thing, you know, who cares, right? So that's cool. That is very cool indeed, actually. And I'll copy this form thing here. And we'll chuck this form close thing about here. And just to be sort of balanced, I'll copy that and chuck this in here. So that's there, and that's there, and that's there, right? That's good. And the vibe is action equals. Now, have we got the... No, that's all right. Okay, so I'll just need to say that the action equals form location. And we'll specify the form location up here. Okay, so as is the tradition, I'm just going to say form location is base URL, and then it's going to be comments / submit. Okay, and just before the form closes, I'm going to add in echo something like, now let me just look at the table here, comment type and update ID. Okay, so form hidden, and I'll just say comment type, and it will be an E for inquiry, and then another form hidden, and that's going to be update ID, and that will be equal to the update ID. Right, excellent, excellent, yes indeed. So when we have this thing up and we hit save changes, it goes to comments / submit, okay? So comments / submit, and I'm just going to say this load module site security, okay? And on site security, we've got a thing for make sure as admin, right? Only administrators should be able to do this. Okay, and the nice thing is, because we've made sure the person's admin, there's really not any need to become extremely paranoid and do full validation or anything like that. So I'm just going to say comment is this input post comment true, and then we've got the other variables. So we've got update ID, comment type, you know, here we go. So that's going to be comment underscore type, update ID, okay, date created, okay, I'll just chuck that in last here, date created equals time, and that's pretty much it. Insert the data. Of course, these are data variables here. All right. Something like that. Okay. There we go. So we've now taken on board the stuff and we've submitted it and all of that. I could say if data comment does not equal that, then we do the insert. Okay, and we'll add in some flash data as well, I think. So I'm looking for enquiries, and I'm looking for the word success or successfully, and that is the vibe. Okay, so back to comments here. Okay, and I'll just say the comment was successfully submitted. That's my hand, by the way, these dodgy noises. Right, hitting off this table. The comment was successfully submitted, set the flash data. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And what next? Well, if data, in fact, if data nothing, let's just do this refer URL vibe. Okay, so we'll do a search for refer URL. I cannot remember how this works, but that was the vibe. Okay, so that's it. And in fact, I'll just say finish URL as that and redirect to the finish URL. Okay, so that should be us hopefully able to submit a comment. Shall we give this a try? Okay, here we go. So here is the first comment. Save. Okay, well, we never had the flash data, but if we browse the oh jeez. When things go wrong, let me tell you, I know exactly what it is though. I've actually been a little bit too, possibly, have I been a bit, I don't know. Let me just see, comments, data comment, this submit, comment. Actually looks kind of cool. Let me just see what we submitted there. Key of key has value of value. Just want to see what happened there. So here we go. Okay, comment type is a value of that, comment is a value of that. That is the strangest thing ever. There must be something wrong with the HTML here. There we go. Method equals post. I bet that's what it was. Let me just try that. Yeah, you can see it's all working there. So that's what it was, and I apologise for that. So we can take this out now. And I'll just try a comment again. So comment is going to be here goes nothing. Save. And the comment was successfully actually submitted. Okay, but that's all kind of cool. And if we go to the database, you'll see that that's all looking fine. Okay, everything is great. And the vibe is on this view thing here. Right down here, I'm just going to say echo modules run comment / draw comments, and I'm going to say comment type and update ID. Now we know that the comment type is actually an inquiry. Okay, that's pretty good, and it's going to draw all of the comments down here, right, at the bottom of the page. So we'll jump onto the comments controller, we'll do that, we'll say comment type, update ID, and that's the vibe. So query is this. Now hold on, I'm going to just do a MySQL query actually, and I'll say select all from comments where comment type equals comment type. That's right, yep. And update ID equals update ID. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe I can bring that in. So that's good. Now I'm going to add in an order by actually. Order by, and we'll have, do you want to have the newest comment at the top or at the bottom? Let's visualize this for a second. I think we'll have it at the bottom, okay? So order by date created. Okay, so here we go, custom query. And I'm just going to chuck that into a data variable. And then I'm going to say this load view, and that's going to be comments, like so. Now I'll also say if, let me just see, num rows equals data query num rows, and I'll say if num rows is greater than nothing, then we draw in these comments, okay? So the comments, let me just see, comments, I'm probably going to just make the comments some, I don't know, a table or something like that. I won't do anything too fancy here. But we'll have this vibe going on because this is rather good, right? So here we go, we've got comments, here it is here. Alright. And we'll do something like that. Okay, for the icon, I'll have something like, I don't know, maybe list, oh geez, what will we have? Maybe something like that, list hyphen alt. And in here, this is where the comments are going to live, okay? So we'll have a table, I think, and we'll say class equals table, and I'll say table dash striped, table dash bordered, and then I'm just going to say PHP for each query loading up result as row, echo new line to BR row comment. Okay, and this is going to say comments up here. And that's that. Now let me just refresh, have a quick look at this. Why did that not work? Man, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. That's a downer. Let me just check. Echo, hello. Is that going to work? Okay, I've obviously done something completely stupid here, and I apologise for that. What on earth did I do wrong? I don't know. Ah, there we go. That says comment instead of comments. And actually, I'm kind of glad that happened because it shows you an example of the difference between modules run and the kind of this load module. If we had used this load module, we would have had an error message. But when you do this vibe, you sometimes don't get error messages, you know. Anyway, here we are. Here's the comment, and that's pretty okay. That's pretty okay. Let me just do a couple more comments. Here is a second comment. Save. Okay. Okay, it looks a bit ropey, but we can fix that. Where on earth is the comments view thing? Here we are. Yeah, it helps if you put it inside rows and table cells and all that, you know. There we go. Just whack this across. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm whispering here like some kind of a playground pervert. But if you look up at the clock on the top right hand side, you'll see that it's pretty late, you know. Pretty late. How can I be such a royal idiot? That's the question, folks. That's the vibe. Man, what an idiot. Okay. Okay, something like that. Okay, that's kind of cool. And we end the for each statement here. I've got that nagging feeling that something's wrong with this, but I don't know what it is. Isn't that funny? I knew that. Did you see that? I just knew it. I could feel it. There was something wrong, and there it is. Okay, good, excellent. That's the comments. Now, we can actually do even better than that, because we can do, let me just think here. Let's do, I won't do another table cell. What I'll do is I'll say something like this. Date created. In fact, here's a better idea. Here is a better idea. I'll do that. I'll say this load module time date. And then I'll say date created is this time date, get nice date, and we're passing in row date created, and I want full, okay? I want the full vibe, so I'm just going to say echo. I'll do some italics, and I'll say date submitted, and then we'll say something like that, and I'll close the italics, do a couple of lines, save, refresh, and look at that. Does that not look fantasticola? I think that's awesome. Now, folks, I think I'm going to blow the whistle there actually and draw a line under this entire contact us section and all of that. I was planning on doing another video talking about security, and I was going to really go into some detail about how to make these forms safe and whatnot, but I've decided that rather than have you sitting here for another 20 minutes or half an hour as I go through all of that stuff, I thought maybe I could just give you a couple of ideas verbally. I actually started a video on this about 10 minutes ago, but it's really late and I keep making loads of mistakes. So let me just verbally give you the lowdown, because it's pretty straightforward, some of this stuff. The vibe is, there's lots of different ways of making forms secure, and I dare say there's probably no way that's perfect. I mean, there's a reason why you'll never get a web development tutorial where someone says, man, this is completely safe, you know. But there's a variety of different things that you can do. So for example, if I bring up the contact us controller here, you remember that refer URL thing, okay? So we can check not only that submit equals submit, but we can also check that the refer URL equals what we want it to be, which in this case is base URL contact us, okay? So that's a certain amount of security. We're not going to have any of those what do you call them? Cross-site forgery requests and all of that. So that's kind of cool. Also, we can do something else. I'll show you what's happening here, okay? We can actually go into the form, one of my favorite techniques anyway, and we can add in a dummy field. So here's a field called name, right? Now, if I take out this little name thing here, and I refresh this page, do you see how we've got two things that say name, right? Two different fields here. And the idea is I've added in a little class called name. I mean, nobody would ever even notice it. But over on the CSS file, I'm saying name is display none, okay? So when human beings look at this page, they'll see this, okay? They will not see the magical hidden field. But when a bot comes onto this page, you know, one of those automated dodgy bots, right? They look at the form and they see this here with first name, and naturally the thing's going to fill that out and submit it, right? That's how those bots work. But after the thing has submitted it, you just go into this contact us controller. You get the first name, right? That's your hidden variable. And then you say, well, if the first name is not empty, blacklist this user, because the user must be a bot, you know? Now, how does blacklisting work? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Well, first of all, I should say, before I talk about the modules and whatnot, my own policy when it comes to blacklisting is not to give them an error page, not to divert them to Google or something, and definitely not to just keep up, giving them the form again and again. If I'm going to blacklist a user, especially if it's a bot, I'm going to literally be giving them a die statement. So they won't even be able to look at the page, or they won't even be able to look at a single line of HTML code. So the way that works is I have this very simple table here with ID, date created, and IP address. And the vibe is you just, get the IP address. I'm not even sure if that's the right code actually. But you get the IP address, date created, and you insert into the blacklist, the blacklist table. And then on the template, I haven't gotten this far, but on the template, you check to see if that the IP address is on the blacklist table. And if it is, you give them a die statement, okay? So that's pretty much one of my favourite techniques. Funnily enough, though, you see this vibe here, these little questions. What's the capital of France? It's incredible, but that's really, really effective. And the funny thing is, on this particular page, the question doesn't even change. I mean, it's hard coded in one question, and I have never had a bot come in and hassle me on this website. Maybe that's just because I'm not popular enough, but that's another technique. I can tell you that those CAPTCHA things are very solid for the most part. They are very secure, but personally speaking, I find those irritating. I always get them wrong. I think lots of people find them irritating, so I'm not into them, So I've given you just a few of the things that I like to do personally, and I hope that this helps, okay? So thank you very much. I'm sorry this was a long video, but we truly are now finished with all of this stuff. What say we go on now and finish the online shop? Would that be okay? Alright, well stay cool. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.